It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films of October 2nd, 1998. We have 7 movies to look at. 6 of them are new films. 1 is a classic, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump on a new one. We'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend, Dreamworks' first attempt at animation. That is Antz.
On October 2nd, Dreamworks Pictures invites you. We Antz are running the show. We're the lords of the earth. To jump in.
Want to dance?
Absolutely. Get down.
Ouch.
And pig out.
Let's see. There's some kind of force field.
Because heroes don't come any smaller.
I've never been able to lift more than 10 times my own body weight.
And adventure doesn't get any bigger than Antz. Rated PG. Starts Friday, October 2nd.
So Antz most notably came out around the same time A Bug's Life did, but during its production, there was a public feud between DreamWorks co-founder Jeffrey Katzenberg and Steve Jobs and John Lasseter of Pixar, who were working at Disney. And of course, Jeffrey Katzenberg came from Disney, was fired a couple years ago, and the production of the similar films to Bug's Life and this, which was released a month later, that only worsened when Disney refused to avoid competition with DreamWorks' intended first animated release, The Prince of Egypt. So the film came out in October, did pretty well critically and financially, and some might say that it's actually the better movie compared to A Bug's Life, which I like Bug's Life, but to me, this is probably the best one of the two. You have Woody Allen playing an ant named Z, a worker ant who dreams of winning the heart of the beautiful Princess Bala, played by Sharon Stone. So he convinces his soldier ant buddy, played by Sylvester Stallone, to switch places with him. One of the most significant of workers, Z may turn out to be the biggest little hero of them all. In addition to them, you have Gene Hackman, Christopher Walken, Anne Bancroft, Jennifer Lopez, Danny Glover. Not only is this a strong first film from a rookie animation studio in DreamWorks, but it had a better story to tell. But if it had a better story to tell, I should say, than A Bug's Life did. The animation still holds up after all these years. The voice acting overall is really good. The characters are nicely done. There are very few cliches in here, although the liar revealed aspect is here too much. It's done a little bit more cleverly than what A Bug's Life did a couple months later. Me personally, I think this comes off a much better movie overall than A Bug's Life did, even though I really like A Bug's Life, and we'll definitely delve into that when we get to November. So let's move on to the next movie. A very polarizing film from Robin Williams in 1998, and that is What Dreams May Come.
Nothing you've ever seen. You won't believe your eyes. What Dreams May Come will have people talking for years to come. It breaks new ground in movie making. It's a masterpiece. Robin Williams, Cuba Gooding Jr., Annabella Sciorra. What Dreams May Come. You've never seen anything like it. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, October 2nd.
So Robin Williams plays this guy who dies in an accident. He enters heaven, and he realizes that his wife, Annie, played by Annabella Sciorra, has killed herself out of grief over their loss, and he embarks on an afterlife adventure to reunite with her. This is a film that gets a lot of controversy as well, but considering that this film came out a couple months before Patch Adams, which was the much bigger hit, but I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of people do not like this movie. It has a very mixed reception, but I actually really found myself enjoying this movie. I think it's just because of the visuals and the acting on Robin Williams, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Annabella Sciorra alone. I think those are what carry the movie over. That's the one that has the more memorable after effects to it than something like Patch Adams, which was just a film that was just clearly an Oscar-baitish film that came out at the right time. People wanted to see the feel-good film of the holiday season, where you actually see the movie. It's nothing like a feel-good movie. It's a film that's just, it's a mess on so many levels. But this is a film that has a lot of ambitions to it. It tries a lot of things that you would have expected it to do, but it's a great movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. You should definitely give it a chance. It's probably one of Robin Williams' most underrated movies. It's definitely much better than Patch Adams was. I can tell you that much, that's for sure. So that's What Dreams May Come. On to the next movie, and that is A Night at the Roxbury.
I'm Doug Butabi.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? You boys some tacos on it?
They're cute.
Where's your car?
Our dad got mad, took it away.
They're cuddly.
Why are we Dance?
We're not in the club yet.
Right.
And they're absolutely hopeless.
I broke the window again.
A Night at the Roxbury.
Hey, hot lady, what's going on? All right, we'll clean up later. Don't worry about it.
Rated PG-13. Everywhere Friday, October 2nd.
So this was Saturday Night Live's first attempt since Wayne's World 2 to bring one of its sketch comedy bits to the big screen. There had been a lull between Wayne's World 2 and this film, a 5-year lull, and the result is Steve and Doug Butabi, played by Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan. They want to get into the best club in town, also hoping to open their own club. They have Vivica, played by Gigi Rice, a gold-digging supermodel, and her friend Camby, played by Elisa Donovan from Clueless, to try to work the Roxbury guys for the money, only to find out that the pair is broke. And coincidentally, Elisa Donovan from Clueless. This is directed by the same person that did Clueless, Amy Heckerling. The one thing I could say about this movie is that the soundtrack is pretty awesome. You get songs like, of course, What Is Love, and then you have This Is Your Night, and just a great late 90s soundtrack that I just go back to a lot. The rest of the film, however, is a very sort of mixed bag. I know it's extremely difficult to turn a sketch where consists of nothing but Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan dancing to What Is Love into a feature film, and they tried. I'll give them credit that they tried to do it decently, but it just wasn't enough in the end. I think they have the chemistry to make this work and bring it to the screen. A lot of comedy in the film does work, but there is a lot of good self-referential humor in the film, so the filmmakers know that what they're doing is extremely silly. The story, however, is where the film starts to take its downfall. It's an extremely generic story. You can see the film where it's going here. It's Wayne's World again. It's the Beverly Hillbillies. It's Black Sheep. The bad guys try to use the idiots to con their way into money and fame, and all the cliches and conflicts that come after that. It's just so boring because they don't do anything new with it. And Night at the Roxbury is one of those take it as it is or hate it for what it is movies. You're either going to love how dumb it gets or you'll hate it for how dumb it gets. Personally, I'm more the former. Yeah, the story is terribly predictable, but the movie is very, very aware enough of how stupid it is with a lot of jokes they get away with and actually do work. So I have to give them points for that. At least this one gets me to get some laughs out of the next movie they tried to make an SNL movie out of, which we'll get to that one when we get to 1999. But on to the next movie, a film I'd never even heard of, Dee Snider's Strangeland.
That chat wasn't killer guys.
Girls ever go out with any of these guys?
Dee Snider's Strangeland. Rated R.
A movie that's so forgettable, the end credits don't even want to stay for the TV spot. Dee Snider's Strangeland. I've never heard of this movie. It's written by him, directed by John Piplo. Stars Linda Cardellini and Elizabeth Pena. That's really all I know about this movie, so not much more I can add to it because I haven't seen it. I can't say if it's going to be good or not, so let's move on to the next movie then. Quick one on that one. Oliver Platt and Stanley Tucci in The Impostors.
Stop! I'm a man!
And so am I.
Can I be the man next time? Sure. Okay. The Impostors.
So basically, it's a Laura and Hardy, like odd couple screwball comedy with Oliver Platt and Stanley Tucci in the title roles. It's Stanley Tucci's second directorial effort after Big Night, and I've never seen it, so I can't really say if it's any good or not. And I like Big Night, but I've heard a lot of mixed things about this one. I think there's a good idea here. Oliver Platt and Stanley Tucci can really work some magic together from the little clip of the trailer I see here, but there's also a cast that includes Alfred Molina, Michael Emerson, Lily Taylor, Tony Shalhoub, Steve Buscemi, Hope Davis, Allison Janney, Isabella Rossellini, Billy Connolly, Campbell Scott. Woody Allen has an uncredited cameo in here. But other than that, I haven't seen it, so I can't really say if it's any good or not. So we're moving fast on these ones here. On to the next movie, and it's a re-release of a film. It's called Bicycle Thieves. So Bicycle Thieves is a 1948 Italian neo-realist drama film directed by Vittorio De Sica, and it follows the story of a poor father searching in post-World War II Rome for a stolen bicycle, without which he will lose the job, which was about to be the salvation of his young family. This was, of course, re-released again for the 50th anniversary in 1998. It was actually one of the few films that was saved by the Italian Ministry of Cultural Heritage, and it's been seen as one of the most influential films in cinema history, but again, I haven't seen it, so I can't really say if it's any good or not. So, yeah. Could be good. Classic film, possibly. So, on to the last film, and that is Hit Me.
Unexpected emotional force. Elias Koteas has the savage intensity of Robert De Niro's Taxi Driver.
Somebody's gonna get double-crossed and it ain't gonna be me.
Elias Koteas, Laurie Marsack, Philip Baker Hall, and Academy Award nominee William H. Macy.
Don't be sucked in by littleness!
Hit Me.
So Sonny lives with his intellectually disabled older brother and works as a bellhop at a second-rate restaurant. This changes when Monique, a beautiful suicidal nutcase, checks in, and Sonny is offered a part in the heist that goes wrong. And It's references to Henry David Thoreau. It's based off of a novel called A Swell-Looking Babe by Jim Thompson. Elias Koteas. This was about a couple of years before his big breakout on Oz. William H. Macy. This was coming out around the same time as Fargo did. Directed by the guy who did Secretary and Fur. So, again, not much more I can add to that one because I have not seen this movie. So, could be good, could be not. So, hit me. So that wraps up another edition of Time About the Movies. We have 6 more movies to look at next week, including Eddie Murphy's Holy Man, One Tough Cop, The Mighty, Love is the Devil, Study for a Portrait of Francis Bacon, Bad Manners, and Detroit 9000. So 6 movies to look at next time. We'll delve into those on the next episode. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, and also don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So with that said, I am off. I will see you guys next time for the next video, and until then, as always, take care.